Welcome to Lesson 20. In this lesson, we will learn about possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns, and possessive nouns. These are essential grammar concepts that help us talk about ownership and possession in English. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how to use words like my, mine, your, yours, his, hers, and more. You will also learn how to form possessive nouns, such as John's car or my brother's pen. Let us get started. Let us start by looking at the relationship between subject pronouns, possessive adjectives, and possessive pronouns. For the subject pronoun I, the possessive adjective is my, and the possessive pronoun is mine. For you, the possessive adjective is your, and the possessive pronoun is yours. For he, the possessive adjective is his, and the possessive pronoun is also his. For she, the possessive adjective is her, and the possessive pronoun is hers. For he, the possessive adjective is its. However, please note that there is no possessive pronoun for it. For we, the possessive adjective is our, and the possessive pronoun is ours. And for they, the possessive adjective is their, and the possessive pronoun is theirs. Remember, possessive adjectives always come before a noun, while possessive pronouns stand alone and replace the noun. Now let us learn about possessive nouns. Possessive nouns show ownership or belonging. There are two main forms. The first is the singular possessive. For singular nouns, we add an apostrophe followed by the letter S. For example, my brother's car means the car belongs to one brother. John's car means the car belongs to John. The second form is the plural possessive. For regular plural nouns that already end in S, we just add an apostrophe after the S. For example, my brother's car means the car belongs to more than one brother. Students' park means the park belongs to the students. However, for irregular plural nouns that do not end in S, like children, we add apostrophe S, just like singular nouns. So we say children's park, not children's park. This is an important exception to remember. Now let us look at positive sentences using possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. When we use a possessive adjective, we say, this is my pen. When we use a possessive pronoun, we say, this pen is mine, or simply, this is mine. Similarly, with your, we say, this is your pen. As a pronoun, this pen is yours, or this is yours. With his, we say, this is his pen. As a pronoun, this pen is his, or this is his. Notice that his stays the same in both cases. With her, we say, this is her pen. As a pronoun, this pen is hers, or this is hers. With our, we say, this is our pen. As a pronoun, this pen is ours, or this is ours. And with their, we say, this is their pen. As a pronoun, this pen is theirs, or this is theirs. You can also describe things this way. For example, my pen is black becomes mine is black when using the possessive pronoun. Let us continue with more positive sentence examples. First, let us look at plurals. When talking about more than one item, we say, these are my pens. Using the possessive pronoun, these pens are mine, or these are mine. We can also say, my pens are black, which becomes mine are black as a pronoun. Notice we use are instead of is, because pens is plural. Now, let us look at possessive nouns in positive sentences. We say, this is my brother's pen. Using the pronoun form, this pen is my brother's, or simply, this is my brother's. We can also describe it by saying, my brother's pen is black, which becomes, my brother's is black. The same pattern works with names. This is John's pen becomes, this pen is John's, or this is John's. And John's pen is black, becomes John's is black. Now let us move to negative sentences. To make a negative sentence, we simply add not after the verb is or are. With possessive adjectives, we say, this is not my pen. With the possessive pronoun, this pen is not mine, or this is not mine. This is not your pen becomes, this pen is not yours, or this is not yours. This is not his pen becomes, this pen is not yours, or this is not yours. This is not her pen becomes, this pen is not hers, or this is not hers. This is not her pen becomes, this pen is not hers, or this is not hers. This is not their pen becomes, this pen is not theirs, or this is not theirs. For plurals, the pattern is the same. These are not my pens becomes these pens are not mine, or these are not mine. Now let us see negative sentences with possessive nouns. The structure is the same. We add not after the verb. For my brothers, we say, this is not my brother's pen. Using the pronoun form, we say, this pen is not my brother's. Or simply, this is not my brother's. For John's, we say, this is not John's pen. Using the pronoun form, this pen is not John's. Or simply, this is not John's. The key pattern to remember is subject followed by is not or are not, followed by the possessive noun with apostrophe s or s apostrophe. Now, let us learn how to ask questions using possessives. To form a question, we move the verb is or are to the beginning of the sentence. Is this my pen? Using the pronoun, is this pen mine? Or simply, is this mine? Is this your pen? Is this pen yours? Is this yours? Is this his pen? Is this pen his? Is this his? Is this her pen? Is this pen hers? Is this hers? Is this our pen? Is this pen ours? Is this ours? Is this their pen? Is this pen theirs? Is this theirs? For plurals, we use are instead of is. Are these my pens? Are these pens mine? Or, are these mine? You can also ask descriptive questions like, is your pen black? Which becomes, is yours black? Let us now see how to ask questions using possessive nouns. Is this my brother's pen? Is this pen my brother's? Is this my brother's? We can also ask, is my brother's pen black? Which becomes, is my brother's black? Is this John's pen? Is this pen John's? Is this John's? Is John's pen black? Is John's black? Finally, let us learn about WH questions using the word whose. Whose is used to ask about ownership. For singular items, we ask, whose book is this? Or whose book is that? Or whose book is it? For plural items, we ask, whose books are these? Or whose books are those? Whose books are these is a very useful question word that directly asks about possession and ownership. Let us quickly recap what we have learned in this lesson. First, possessive adjectives. These are words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. They always come before a noun to show ownership. Second, possessive pronouns. These are words like mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. They replace the noun entirely and stand alone. Remember, there is no possessive pronoun for it. Third, possessive nouns. We use an apostrophe to show that a noun owns something. For singular nouns, add apostrophe s, like John's or brothers. For regular plural nouns, add s apostrophe, like brothers or students. For irregular plurals, add apostrophe s, like children's. And finally, the WH question word whose. We use whose to ask about ownership, such as, whose book is this? Great job completing this lesson. Keep practicing these forms, and you will master possessives in no time. Thank you for watching.